imagine a situation where your salary stays the same, but price of everything you buy keeps falling. So the commodities you buy are becoming cheaper and cheaper every day. So this sounds great when you're earning and your expenditure is falling. But just think once again, as a student who is studying economics, as someone who is really interested into studying economics, just think again. So hi, welcome back to the channel of Ecoholics. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the situation in an economy when prices just keep falling. We will be talking about the economies which are facing this problem since many years, where the prices are falling every decade. Because you know that falling prices are actually bad for the economy. So, in this video, you will be learning about the concept of deflation, stagflation, and we will study that how the falling prices can pose a problem for the economy actually. So, what happens? We always keep talking about inflation all the time. We when we switch on our TVs, when we read newspapers, it's always about rising prices, increased cost of living. But the rare chances happen when we talk about the prices falling day by day. So, from consumers' perspective, it can be a good thing. Consumers feel happy when the prices are falling. But in this video, we are going to cover this tricky phenomena of deflation and stagflation. We are going to cover these two. And after you watch completing this entire video, after you will watch this entire video, you will know that why these two concepts matter and are important for the economy more than what do you even think. So by this time, if you don't have any idea of deflation and stagflation, by the end of this video, by the time you will reach the end of this video, you will understand why these two key terms are very important for the economy. So let's get into the video and learn the concepts together. So there are two famous quotes by very renowned economists. What are those? Stagflation is a grim reminder that the economy doesn't always follow the rules we expect it to. Then, given by Keynes, deflation is the most dangerous of economic diseases. It arises not from the power of money, but from the lack of it. So, अभी हो सकता है that you might be feeling कि ये किस बारे में है मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा, but this video will help you understand कि ये जो quotes बोले गए हैं when deflation is called the most dangerous economic diseases, stagflation is mentioned to be something that is not following what we are expecting. So there has to be something more than inflation in the economy as well. So let's understand deflation together. So what is deflation? So deflation is the problem. Deflation is a situation, I would say, when the general price level of the goods and services in the economy is consistently falling. So क्या हो रहा है इकोनॉमी के अंदर जो जनरल प्राइस लेवल हम लोग मेजर करते हैं वो कंटिन्यूअसली फॉल हो रहा है. वी आर सीइंग अ फॉल in the general, in the average price level of goods and services over time. ऐसा नहीं है that suddenly 1 month या 1 quarter में हमें fall दिखा और हमने बोला इकोनॉमी में डिफ्लेशन है. ऐसा नहीं है. This doesn't happen. It has to happen over a period of time. Period of time देखते हैं हम. Maybe 1 year, 2 year कि it is continuously falling. ठीक है? What are the causes of deflation? लेकिन ये ऐसा होता क्यों है? कि प्राइसेस फॉल कैसे कर सकते हैं? प्राइसेस तो हमेशा इंक्रीज करते हैं. व्हाई विल एनी प्रोड्यूसर डिक्रीज देयर प्राइसेस so that deflation comes in? So that's what we are going to understand, the causes of deflation. What are the causes of deflation? सबसे पहला reason, the first and very most important reason I would say is decline in demand. So we all have heard about demand pull inflation, jahan pe because the demand is increasing, inflation, the general price level starts increasing. So that is demand pull inflation. But what happens that when the demand starts falling, economy mein aggregate demand starts falling, the price level has to come down. Yes, because prices, the demand is one important determinant for the price level in the economy. So if there is a decline in demand, अब demand can decrease because of many reasons. ठीक है, the other reasons we are going to talk about causes of deflation, उसके कारण भी demand can fall. The second cause of deflation is technological advancement reducing production cost. अब because the production cost has decreased, the total cost of producing something has decreased. Now, if the producer doesn't want to charge very high markup because there is competition also in the market, so because of total cost decrease, prices will fall. Prices fall ho gaye. So again, this can be a cause of deflation, but this has to happen at very large level, not just in one industry, but at a very large level. Almost simultaneously in all industries, जब ऐसा होगा कि technology has grown और prices fall कर गए, only then deflation will come. The third reason is tight monetary policies. Tight monetary policy means reduction in monetary supply या फिर interest rates जो हैं they are very high, due to which people are keeping their money in banks instead of using that money, or they are not buying loans, वो लोग loan नहीं ले रहे हैं, तो credit supply has decreased. So tight monetary policy is always done in order to reduce demand. So if the economy is following that pattern, कि monetary policy is very tight, money supply has come down, the rate of interest are higher, in that case also the demand will be affected. So the third point indirectly affects the first point as well. Right? So these are the most important causes of deflation. Whenever you do any concept, you have to do that with the help of example. Examples are very important if you want to remember any concept. So in the 1930s, Great Depression. So we all know about Great Depression. Prices fell sharply, reducing profits and increasing unemployment. So what happened? When we talk about Great Depression, the demand, that is the period of decreased demand. So demand will fall, so prices will fall. Up cost of producing a good is same, लेकिन prices fall हो गए. So what is profit? Profit is the difference between price and total cost. Total cost उतनी है, prices have fallen, so profit will fall. अब जब profit fall हो गया, तो what will a producer do? They will start layoffs. वो लोग लोगों को निकालना शुरू करेंगे, और they will not hire new people because there is no there is no objective of hiring new people if the profits are falling, which will ultimately leads to increase in unemployment. Because unemployment has increased, now understand this cycle. Unemployment has increased, so again demand fall हो जाएगी. So there starts the cycle, जिसके कारण deflation starts coming, which we will be studying in more detail again. Let's talk about economic impacts of deflation. So because what happens is that demand is falling, अभी हमने देखा demand की वजह से ultimately unemployment is also going to increase. It's also going to increase. When people have less money, they can they can hold their purchases, they can delay their purchases कि ठीक है, when I will need that, I will purchase it. Impulsive buying can come down as well. So consumers delay purchases. जब भी deflation होगा, even if prices are less. So this is a big thing to understand here. कि even if prices are less, consumers are not increasing their demand, जबकि increase होनी चाहिए. But because that expectation has set in कि पैसा नहीं है, so expecting further price drops resulting in lower aggregate demand. अब consumer को, how can we tackle the deflation? We need increased demand, लेकिन consumer ने और delay कर दिया demand को. Consumer has delayed the demand. Because demand has again fallen, तो डिफ्लेशन और बढ़ जाएगी. एग्रीगेट डिमांड इज गोइंग टू फॉल इवन बिगर. So borrowers face higher real debt burdens because I told you, we talked about third point, third cause of deflation, that tight monetary policies. Tight monetary policy mein what happens? The credit supply is very less. The credit supply is very less. So higher interest rates are also there, due to which who is borrowing money, they will have to pay higher money back. So debt burden बढ़ जाएगा. When debt burden increases, demand again falls because they will not be demanding more money. More money means more demand. So again there will be a fall in demand. Reduced revenue because I know prices are falling. So revenue is falling and hence the profits are falling. And profitability theory. So that will lead to higher unemployment. We have just seen that with the help of example of Great Depression of 1930s. Now, all of these reasons, higher interest rates, less profitability, leads to less investment. It demotivates the investors, right? And now, if investment is less, the economic growth will be less, or ultimately, again, the demand will remain slow. So that's how this entire circle works. So once there is deflation, once the demand has fallen, it will lead to less revenue, less profitability, higher unemployment, again less demand, tight monetary policy. If there is tight monetary policy, it will even increase the level of deflation. Okay, so all these are the economic impacts of deflation. So we have concluding all that we have studied: unemployment, debt burdens, economic growth, less economic growth, lesser investment, lesser consumer spending. So all these things, but unemployment will be higher. Debt burden will increase. So increased debt burdens. So these are the 5 economic impacts when we conclude them. Okay, so I hope अब तक deflation समझ में आ गया होगा, but most important thing is yet to come. Let's study the most important case study of Japan's deflation. Do you know that Japan is surviving deflation from so many years? Not just one, not just 2 decades, but it is continuing. So Japan's deflation is very important to study if you're studying the concept of deflation as an economic student. So what happened is that on the beginning of the period of 1990s, the deflation spiral started setting in Japan. Okay, so what happened? That we all know the asset price bubbles. Yes. So after the asset bubble broke down, it bursted in Japan in 1991, the deflation settled in. Okay, so 1990s. So what do we say when, let's say, over the period of 10 years, when the deflation has started, a decade is lost, an economic growth of decade is lost. एक 10 decade की loss हो गया, economic growth नहीं हो पाया उस decade में. So we call it lost decade. लेकिन अगर next decade में भी deflation is settled in, so what do we say it? Lost 20s. Then if the deflation continues for next decade, lost 30s. That's what Japan is facing. So 1990s are referred as lost decade. Even the effects didn't stop in 2000 because 2008 mein what happened? The financial crisis happened. When Japan's economy thrived again back, pandemic hit Japan's economy, the entire global economy. In middle of that, there are price shocks, the oil price shocks, and all of that. So that is a huge thing for Japan's economy. So overinflated real estate and stock prices collapsed by 1991. So that is the asset price bubble, the burst of asset price bubble. So what happens is, when you value more than what it is, the overinflated prices, तो वो bubble burst होगा तो जिसकी investment थी, if they were feeling that it was for 1 crores, Then what will happen? But the actual value was 40 lakhs. So उनकी तो 60 lakh income investment चली गई. So immediately demand will come down. They will think कि मेरी तो उतनी income ही नहीं है. So high saving rates, especially post crisis, suppressed consumer spending. अब उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Savings rate increase. So ultimately what money people had, they started saving in banks. So eventually that led to fall in demand again. So by 1997, banks were burdened with non-performing loans, which further led to credit flow. अब now when people doesn't have money, which they invested in real estate, तो debt increase होता गया. Because of that increase in debt, again non-performing loans, मतलब जिनसे पैसा वापस ना आने की उम्मीद हो, EMIs ना आ रही हो, that started increasing. तो अब उससे क्या होगा? बैंक्स विल गेट दैट फियर. बैंक्स को तो डर लग गया कि भाई हमारा पैसा तो नहीं आने वाला है. तो इवेंचुअली दे रिस्ट्रिक्टेड द क्रेडिट फ्लो. तो क्रेडिट फ्लो और कम हो गया, which further led to less credit creation and less demand. So there were some most important economic impacts seen in the economy of Japan. So prices fell from 1998 to 2012 continuously. And in that period, even the inflation rates were negative. They were negative also, which we will see in the next slide. Government debt rose to over 200% of GDP. GDP was also falling in that period. And debt was increasing continuously. Real GDP growth averaged less than 1% between 1991 and 2003. Unemployment increased from 2.1% in 1990 to 5.4% in 2002, which affected the younger workers. And on the top of that, when they entered into the decades of 2010, so they had aging population. तो demographic dividend भी खत्म हो गया. So which led to less GDP growth further. Yes. So that was about Japan's deflation. So this is a very important thing. So if you are ever studying about deflation, never skip Japan's case study. So over here, if you can see, this is the graph which shows the Japanese inflation. You can see when we look at 1990, the period of 1990s, it starts something from here, 3 point something. But over the period, it kept falling like this. It went up, but it still kept falling. Even between 1994 to 96, that is 95, it was below zero. But then it rose again, and then it came back to negative inflation rate. So over here you have inflation rate, the CPI, and here you have years. So it went up back, but then we know that as the global financial crisis hit, the Japan's economy was pushed into more higher deflation. You can see here, almost these years were followed in the negative inflation. You can see on an average below zero hai, 2000 से 2008 में तो completely. And then again, after the crisis, the economy hit the lowest low. यहाँ पे आके -3% के आसपास the inflation came up. Okay, so that's the trend. So we have studied this till 2010, because after 2010, even if there was deflation, but the economy started moving upwards. All right. Now let's come to the another concept, which is stagflation. Now, what is stagflation? So I tell you one situation. एक real scenario imagine करते हैं. Let's say if you know how to drive a car. So when you're driving car, you have put one foot. You have put your one foot on the accelerator. You want to go ahead, but the other foot you have kept on brakes. What will happen to the car? You are pushing accelerator from one foot, but from another foot you're pushing the brakes also. So the car is not going to move forward. You're trying to take it forward, but it's not going to move forward. In this situation, only the engine of the car is going to get overheated, right? So that's what the stagflation is. Now, this example will always help you remember what stagflation is. So stagflation, what happens is an economy faces stagnant economic growth. Economic growth bhi nahi ho rahi. Unemployment is also rising, or inflation bhi ho raha hai. So stagflation is made up of two words: stagnant growth plus inflation. एक तरफ इकोनॉमी बढ़ नहीं रही है, there is no growth in the economy, it's becoming constant, लेकिन inflation is still increasing. तो इस सिचुएशन में क्या करें? That is stagflation. Now, what can be the reason of causes of stagflation? Supply shocks. So, if the oil prices, the crude oil, that is increasing, what will happen? The raw material price will increase, due to which the cost of producing something will increase. So, prices increase ho jayenge, ultimately inflation. But that price level never push the demand. It will never lead to economic growth. Then second, poor monetary policies. If the monetary policies are poor, if the central banks are not able to keep inflation in control, they are not launching good monetary policies which is pushing the growth of the economy, then what will happen? Inflation ke sath sath, you're going to get stagnant economic growth, right? So a very great example of stagflation is 1970s oil crisis. So in this period of 1970s, the energy prices increased very rapidly, which led to inflation and recession simultaneously in the Western economies. Do you think there have been a lot of articles, if you read newspapers on a daily basis, about the stagflation in Indian economy? What do you think? Is Indian economy facing stagflation really? Or what is happening to Indian economy? Do let me know. Now you have watched to this video of deflation and stagflation. Ab aapko pata hai what these concepts are. So let me know in the comment section that what do you think? Is our Indian economy going through the phase of stagflation, or is it yet to come? Okay, let's see who get the right answer. Now, what are the economic impacts of stagflation then? So what happens? Income inequality increases, because now we already know there is an inequality between the poor and the middle class. But now what happens when inflation keeps on increasing, but the growth is not happening? The wages will not increase as expected, but prices will increase. So that leads to more gap between the two classes, increased government debt. Now, what happens if the economic growth is not happening? The government will increase their demand ताकि growth हो. So, government will borrow funds to buy more goods and services so that the economy can move on to the path of growth. Because of this, the fiscal deficit will increase. A fiscal deficit increase ho gaya. Yeah, fiscal deficit has increased. So that can be another impact. Then policy dilemma. On one hand, you have to balance unemployment, you have to bring it down, and you have to bring down the inflation also. According to Phillips curve, you have always heard there is a negative relationship between inflation and unemployment. सबने सुने. So if you increase unemployment, inflation comes down, and if you increase inflation, unemployment comes down. But यहाँ पे तो I have to control both. Inflation को भी control करना है और unemployment को भी control करना है. So it becomes a challenge for the policymakers. Then reduced economic growth, which is a direct consequence of stagflation. Erosion of savings. अब because inflation is higher, उधर से growth भी नहीं है economy में, तो savings will be utilized a lot or financial stability will be affected. These are the economic impacts of stagflation. All right. Now, we have understood stagflation, we have understood deflation. What are the key differences? आपको confuse नहीं होना. These two are completely two different concepts. So higher inflation with stagnant growth is stagflation, but fall in prices is deflation. The reasons are supply side shocks, poor policies, whereas in deflation, reduced demand and excess supply. In stagflation, you will see high unemployment, reduced purchasing power, but in deflation, you will see increased debt value and low spending as well. The policy response means how can you tackle stagflation? The policymakers will be focusing to balance inflation as well as growth, whereas in deflation, they will lead to expansionary policies. They will give more money in hand of people. That's the differences, key differences between the stagflation and deflation. Now let's do a case study for stagflation in 1970s as we talked about oil prices. So what happened in 1970s? So in the period of 1970s, the Organization of Arab Petroleum, which exported, through which the oil was getting exported to other countries, that increased the prices. So $3 per barrel in October 1973 to $12 per barrel by March 1974. So in a mere period of 5 to 6 months, the prices grew by 4 times. Yes. So what were the reasons? That's what we need to study. The embargo reduced global oil supplies. The supplies were decreased. So hence it is a supply side shock, which we just studied in the reasons of stagflation, which leads to sharp increase in cost. Now, the rising energy prices increase the production cost, which leads to higher consumer prices, and demand for wages also increase, because if prices are increasing, the wage demand will also have to increase, which led to excessive government spending also, because government is using oil for producing so many products. And then on the other hand, if prices are increasing, wages demand ho rahi hai, so government is also paying wages, so government spending will increase. And loose monetary policies in the 1960s led to further inflationary pressure, क्योंकि पैसा तो चाहिए ना to buy more oil. The oil crisis disrupted the global supply chain, which led to shortage and slower economic output. तो ये हुआ था. That was the stagflation period of 1970s. All right. So during that period, inflation in US peaked at 13.5% in 1980, where it was only 3.6% in 1973. The GDP growth slowed, with many economies entering recession by 1974 to 75. US unemployment increased to 9% in 1975. The oil importing countries faced worsening trade balance, because the cost of import is rising. So what will happen? The trade balance will worsen. So by this time, you have learned what is the concept of deflation, what are the causes, what are the impacts, the Japan study. Then we talked about stagflation. In that, we studied the causes, the global impacts. Then we talked about the case study of oil prices shock as well. So this video has helped you. I hope this video has helped you to learn these two important economic concepts. Okay, so if you want to study, if you want some material on that, you can download our app, Ecoholics, available on Play Store as well as App Store, where you can get the study material for studying this topic in more detail. And you can get this PPT also by messaging us on 7880107880 as well. Also, there is a question waiting for you in the poll of our channel, in the community poll. So you can answer that, because you have learned something new. So whatever you have understood, uske basis pe there is a small quiz for you waiting in the community poll. So I hope you will like that. And if you find this video useful, please share it with your economic buddies. And I will be back with one more economic concept that I will explain you in the most easiest language. I hope you had a great time watching this video and you have learned an interesting yet very important economic concept. So thank you for watching this video. I will see you guys, and you can subscribe to our channel for getting link to more such videos.